Good evening.
Can we be of any help?
Well, I suppose you'd like the password.
If you'd like, sir.
Fidelio.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, hello, and welcome to my channel. And as you can see from the title, today we're talking about Eyes Wide Shut. And in particular, I'm asking a question that I haven't heard anyone else ask yet, and that involves those strange masked party guests from the mansion party. And my question is, what are they watching exactly? Because as we will see, many of the masks don't really have eye holes to see out of, and yet they are standing around watching various rituals as if they can see them when they can't. So, what exactly are they looking at? Well, I have my own idea about what they may be looking at, quote unquote. But first, let me say, I know these party guests are often referred to as cult members, which is not necessarily wrong since we do see them here at Red Cloak's rituals. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to call them the party guests. Now, I guess we should start with our main character, Dr. Bill Harford, taking a cab up to what he thinks will be a wild party at this mansion. After entering the mansion, Dr. Bill puts on a mask and enters into the ritual where we see Red Cloak. Now, the women in this circle are actually participants in the ritual, but of course, even they are wearing masks. And we get our first look at some of the party guests standing to the side, supposedly watching this ritual. And in this shot showing Nick Nightingale playing blindfolded, we can really see all of the party guests around the room, and even on the balcony, all turned towards the ritual. After the women disrobe, we see these masks. And there are obviously a few that don't seem to be able to see out of the eye hole area. So, how can they be watching the ritual at all? Now, Dr. Bill's mask, of course, can definitely be seen out of. Same with these two guests on the balcony. They can see out of their masks. But this feather mask woman, I'm not so sure she can even see out of this mask. And look at the guests standing to the right of her. Many of them are wearing masks they probably can't see out of. So, can they even see this beautiful woman in front of them? Perhaps not. So, what's going on? As Bill walks around the mansion, again, we see characters who definitely cannot see out of their masks. Like this guest that has what looks like a Napoleon mask on, who then leads the feather mask woman up the stairs, the blind leading the blind. We see Dr. Bill enter several different rooms containing naked people performing acts with each other. Like this guy I've marked out here, who I've said previously, I feel his hand looks like a mannequin hand, which of course brings up something I can only call the placed mannequin theory, which really deserves its own video. But I think there might actually be some mannequins standing around here. Like this guy who doesn't seem to move. Is he just posed there like a mannequin? And also a couple of guests we see in the other room. I've marked them off with here. I don't really see them move either. So some of these guests not only can't see out of their masks, but a few don't seem to move either. And in this room, where a number of naked women are on the table, you can see most of the guests are standing around this table watching, quote unquote. But look closer. Some of these masks don't seem to have eye holes that you can see out of, like this moon mask guy. It's a bit bizarre. if you can't see out of the mask, what actually is the point of standing around this table as if you are watching? When Dr. Bill is sort of found out, he comes face to face with Red Cloak. And while we're on the subject of Red Cloak, I'm not even sure he can see out of his mask. After all, we never see his eyes. Not really. And then we get this odd assortment of masks. Now, yes, it's true that some of these masks have eye holes you can see out of, but not all of them do, especially these. There is no way they can see out of these masks. So, what exactly did these guests watch this whole time? I can't imagine the party would be very enjoyable if you were stuck in these masks, unable to see. So, what is the reason? I've said before that I think Red Cloak is actually a powerful, high level magician, and masks are a huge part of this ceremony. As I proved in my video, masks change at the mansion party. And as Dr. Bill moves inside of the circle, notice a good number of the masks behind him, because again, I'm sure that some of them can't see out of these masks. A moment later, we seem to have a whole new selection of masks behind Dr. Bill, as if they have changed in an instant. So, what's happening? Well, I think that ritual we saw in the beginning was only one of the rituals happening at this mansion. When Red Cloak forms his magic circle, I believe it is for the purpose of powerful ceremonial magic. And there are several rituals here. Another ritual I've said before I think is happening is an initiation ritual of sorts for Dr. Bill, though he may be an unwitting participant. But I think there is possibly another, even stranger ritual happening here, and it might involve mannequins. So, to start our sum up, as I stated before, it cannot be a lot of fun to stand around at a party stuck in a mask you can't even see out of. So, what exactly is the point? Well, I've said before that I think Red Cloak is a powerful magician, and since masks literally changing seems to be a part of this ritual, then it must be more important for most of the guests here to be a part of a powerful ceremonial magic ritual rather than just stand around watching people have sex. If this is a cult performing real magic, then that is the thing that would attract most of them to come here. Anything involving sex would be a secondary concern, in my opinion. And another reason some of these guests might not be able to see out of their masks involves something I'm calling the placed mannequin theory. I actually did a whole video called Eyes Wide Shut, Are There Mannequins at the Mansion Party? Which I'll link below. But basically, I'm really starting to wonder if there are some mannequins at this party, sort of strategically placed in different areas. And before you say that sounds crazy, remember that mannequins feature very heavily in the scene at the costume shop. Another very strange scene where the mannequins actually change places. So, is it really so odd to think that there might be some mannequins at this party? I actually have a whole theory about that, which I might actually save for a book I'd like to write. But if there are some mannequins here, it might explain why some of the masks don't have eye holes. Since if it's a mannequin under there, they wouldn't need to see. Well, that's my new video about some of the guests at Red Cloak's party in Eyes Wide Shut. I hope you liked it. Next week in the USA, it's the big holiday of Thanksgiving, but I will try and put up a video on Friday afternoon. Also, a big thank you to my awesome comment section who always spot so many interesting details. I enjoy reading those comments. And it would help my channel if you did hit that subscribe button and liked the video. But either way, my name is Shim. Thank you for spending time with me and have a great day.